start the pod.
Hey, this is Gigi. And it's your girl Leona. And you are listening to the Haitian Millennial Podcast.
It feels good to be back.
It does.
Leona, we back, man. Hold on. I know y'all can't hear this because y'all don't have headphones still. Season 2? Season 2! Y'all still don't have headphones.
Don't do that. But I do have headphones. Don't do that. I do have headphones. They're just not charged.
Hold on, don't it.
We're gonna get this.
You ever been with somebody that's not for you? No?
Whoa, what? Where are we trying? Are we? This is real heavy, guys.
It's season 2 though.
We can go far with that. We can go far with it.
N'importe ça fait ou pas pour moi, non?
Même si moi je moi tout mêlé. C'est un coup pour l'examen.
You see, I like Risha, man. I like Risha from Kai. That's why we starting this season 2. And that's how we kind of ended the season 2. We talked about Risha and Kai. Damn, how Kai just keep coming back?
Because you're the insider.
Hold on.
Même si moi t'avais expliqué. Attendez. On t'a dit en pile.
Okay, man, what's good? Before I even introduce the podcast, do you hear this song now?
Crazy. Toxic.
All right, toxic. He took the word. Why you do that?
I didn't know you were going to say it.
Why you do that?
We're in sync.
Why you do that? You think that's toxic? You think that's toxic?
A little.
Okay, so for anybody who's listening that's not, Haitian and don't speak Creole, this song is made by Kai, and it's called "You're Not For Me." And he said, no matter what he does, but
that's
she's not for him, right? Yo, we didn't even get to the best part of the song. Let me just talk about it a little bit at the beginning.
Okay, right? Okay, set me up.
You're not with me, because basically the whole thing is he is in love or really like a girl.
Okay.
But he already had things going on with a friend of hers.
An entanglement.
Yeah. So but she's part of the same crew that, he had the thing with. Mm-hmm. So he's saying no matter what he does, he can't be with her because he already, went with somebody in the squad.
Toxic, exactly.
You think it's toxic? Let me show you what's toxic.
But you have to choose wisely.
Let me tell you. Let me show you what's toxic. Let me show you what's toxic. This man says, hold on. He said, "Moi pas d'accord." Hold on. Let me tell you why he said he don't. He says if it's not him, so basically he can't have her.
Correct.
But if she can't have him,
she can't be with anybody.
She can't be with nobody else.
Guys, I was right. That's
why. Give me your number out. You single? What?
Sounds like personal.
Guys are taking you out.
Wow. I called it.
And he literally said with aggression, like, I
called it.
Yo, Haitian man, we got to do better. God, listen, I know you wrote this song. I don't know who you were talking to. I don't know, if you're trying to, I don't know if he's trying to keep that same thing going.
I hope not.
But I think we got to kill that, man.
Yeah, I mean, in his age, what are we doing?
Oh yeah.
In his big age.
Hey, Isha, we love you, brother.
That's funny.
Love you.
Isha, we love you, brother. I don't know if you got to come on the show to let us know the vibes, but Nubadako.
What does food mean?
Damn.
What?
I think food is damn.
Okay.
Anyway, let's introduce the podcast. I am Mark the Dreamer, and you are listening to the Haitian Millennial Podcast, Season 2, Episode 1, but which is technically Episode 16, right?
Yes.
Wow, there's a lot to talk about at 16, but
Yeah. Was it 16 or 15?
Ooh.
I think it might be.
No.
This might be 17.
Kids. Well, no, we did kids.
We don't have anybody to fact check us but us. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Only us can fact check us. So let's fact check
Yeah,
this
let's please fact check.
before the episode comes out. And then this is 16. This is 16
No,
officially.
yeah.
This is 16.
Because that's what I'm saying. Like, we got a lot to cover when about 16. Like,
Yes, 16. Again, I'm Mark the Dreamer, and I am surrounded by two Haitian queens. To my right,
Is Gigi the realest?
yes, DG the realest. Always been the realest. She ain't never switched up.
No.
She's still the realest. Season 2 and all.
exactly.
And to my left,
It's your girl Leona, you guys. And you know I was going to have to be here for season 2.
yeah. If you weren't here, I don't know if there would be a
Ooh,
season
that'd
2.
be crazy.
That would have been wild.
Gunshots.
It feels really good to be back.
It does.
It
It does.
We should just take a moment to enjoy this.
Yeah, first we like to thank anyone who's listening right now,
Yes.
because you not only, stayed with us in the season 1, which we had the best of times, but you're here for season 2, not knowing what's gonna happen,
Right.
and you here with us, so we appreciate you. And then first time listeners, if you listen to this podcast, this is the Haitian Millennial Podcast, where we talk about the journey of the Haitian Millennial in America, the ins, the outs, everything.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I think we might need like a name for our listeners, like our.
That's
Really? Our Comes?
Aí você não yeah.
He's like, why
Or
are we
Zummers?
Our Zummers.
Oh yeah.
Our Zummers.
Zummy show or Zummers. Joga aqui Zummers.
Let's coin that. Let's pin that.
Zummers.
Drummers.
Yeah. I like it.
Or Zummers.
Yeah.
How do you go
I
just
think
try to write
it's
it?
just
Yeah.
ZAM.
Yeah.
Zam.
Zummers. Okay.
Zum.
But sou Haitian Millennial
O quando vai
podcast. Sou follow-up comprehend. All right, we're here in season 2, long awaited. We're like 44 minutes in. You guys know how we doing.
Yes.
You guys know how everything's been.
Yes.
And again, if you just now listening, somehow you're sitting next to somebody in the car, or you sharing AirPod with somebody,
Who does that?
or AirPod,
What do you mean?
AirPod with
Share
somebody.
AirPods?
I do that. What do you mean? We like listen.
Yeah, we listen to the same
We listen to
thing.
the same
Like
Sometimes
you
when I'm on a
take-
plane,
you take
Yeah.
it.
my
no,
fiance,
and then you hand it
give
over.
one.
Sorry, y'all.
Don't do that.
Somewhere,
Gigi. Don't do
Gigi,
that.
somewhere. Are you sharing AirPod shaming right now? Are you sharing AirPod shaming?
You cannot have an opinion.
I didn't think something you put in your Zoya.
So you've never shared headphones even with the
You
wire?
never earwax intertwined with anybody?
That's a new level of trust.
Yes, that's how you know I'm with you. You know what I mean?
And
Nasty.
to be honest, I clean my AirPods every week.
Look clean, sorry, no. No get kill this out.
You said earwax intertwined.
Correct.
Because it's gonna happen. There's a little bit of it somehow.
Gigi.
Because you can clean. You can put your applicateur.
Mm-hmm.
You can put it all the way until you cough. There's still something there.
You're not supposed to use those, by the way, you guys.
No, you can use them, just not on the
Gigi.
inside.
I'm
You
just
just clean
saying,
the
you put
outside.
So,
every
ça pour
day.
me use en plein pool?
Yo, or a
En plein pool?
bang.
No,
Like a little bobby
first of
pin.
all, wait a minute, Gigi. Would you be upset if like your husband hypothetically is like shared deodorant with you? If he used the same one as you? I asked that question because you just said that about the ear thing. I'm just
Why
wondering.
are we sharing deodorant?
He don't have none. He don't have none right now.
I wear a degree woman all the time because my deodorant be finished. This is something about men. Our deodorant finished, and that's when it's finished. We realize it's finished.
Correct.
Like for women, you guys know it's about to finish.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get another
That's
one.
fine. Like your stuff finished, you don't have any. Cool, but for it to be a thing that we're sharing.
Okay, but are you gonna? But my question is, after he uses it, when you use it, are you gonna scrape off the top?
No.
Okay, I just wanted to know because I know there's people out here who.
I'm not that germaphobe. I'm just.
I'm script.
We need to find a AirPods sharing partner. Please DM us.
Back to the topic.
Oh my gosh, don't
wherever you're listening to this at, and you happen to be listening to it right here, excuse
Sharing
our
AirPods.
jokes.
I'm sorry. Why wouldn't I?
Excuse
Can
our
you
jokes.
imagine someone being like, "Hey, I want to share AirPods."
Come on, son.
Sorry.
Come on, son. Like y'all don't want to share.
If someone sends me that, I'm screenshotting.
Oh,
So
God.
you don't want to be AirPod buddies?
He just doesn't sound right.
You don't want to be AirPod buddies? Okay. I'm about to serious. You're going to get Android. We'll get Android. Li pa ka tande men baga avon. So, ou di mo sa, yo, mdete on music avon la men. Check music la men.
If he cares about you, he'll get an iPhone.
That part.
Because, you know,
Hey,
some of us have been in that situation.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Some of us have been there and then they did that. So,
But y'all could really go to AirPod share shaming right now.
I'm not. No,
we're big shaming.
I just didn't know there was a thing.
you see how society works? 2 seconds, you say your opinion, and then like everyone hates you.
I shamed the whole community.
The whole community.
AirPod sharing is cool. Like it's meant to be shared. I think.
I would hope so. I don't know.
I think because you know it's just why would they give you two if it's not meant for it to be shared?
I'm not gonna even.
She's like, we're not
You're
going there.
separio. Back then, I can understand. You take a string, maybe you not be able to reach the next person because it's a string, but it's wireless.
In this wireless world, why am I?
You could be like, yo, boop. you take one out, boop, catch it. I want you to listen to something.
Apparently, I just been missing out.
Imagine you're in the kitchen with significant other, and you over here on the couch. Like, oh, baby, hear this.
We're in the kitchen.
She's saying, why are you listening to your AirPod?
Yeah.
You just heard something really cool
In the kitchen.
And you're like, no. I'm in the couch listening to like a podcast,
Yeah.
right? Listening to Haitian Millennial podcast,
Okay,
right?
okay.
And then Gigi says something really cool, and I'm like, yo, babe, you should hear this. Boop. I throw the AirPod to her in the kitchen.
Do you own AirPods?
Yes.
You just throw them?
Yeah, like, get.
That was not. No, I just need to know.
No. Dame. Veni.
No, he had to put it out. He had to put it out. I
Got it. What do you say? Whoop.
Okay, so you're gonna throw that.
Put it T. Go yeah.
He really threw it.
Ugo AirPod.
It's gone forever.
Et vous gen Paula.
It's not.
Gen Paula la. Li gen Paula la bo la. So
Come on, Gigi.
No, it's gone.
Bloop. No.
It fell into that vortex that
Of the
all
couch.
the couch had.
Vous devez faire tuning, avec déconnecté. Kounya, del fait tuning nan la. Kounya, m'aptende, l'aptende. Même bagay la.
Well, yeah, I hope you
We're in
know
different side of the room.
No, we're
Your
gonna find it. We can
AirPods
see it
gone.
from
You
here.
know what I'm saying? We see it. Like, that's just how it is. You share AirPods, man. That's just the vibe. That's what Apple was meant for it to do.
Maybe I'll find someone.
Yes. Start in DGDM if your AirPods is clean. Anyway, man, back to the original.
Sorry.
If you are listening for the first time, we apologize for the jokes. However,
Not really.
if you're a long time listener, you know how this gets. You know how it goes. You know the vibes.
Right.
But this is season 2, so we want to let you guys know how we're coming. How we coming?
Brand new.
Brand new, but so what's happening is, for you guys that been listening from day one, first episode, we let y'all know where we're from. Bombard, Port-au-Prince.
Stanford, Connecticut.
Oh, we're saying like location. Florida.
We rehearsed this, guys.
Sorry.
We rehearsed it. Just kidding.
Florida.
Florida, Boynton Beach.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys know where we came from. We told you guys some of the dearest things to our hearts.
Yes.
Through the Haitian journey, the Haitian Millennial journey. We talked about the neighborhood we lived in. We talked about our first interaction in high school. middle school, how they find out we was Haitian, like, you know, the trauma we went through in those moments about being Haitian in that era. Now we're transitioning. We're grown. So in season 2, we're gonna focus more on the life after high school, the times in that journey when we first got. Well, we left the house or kicked out. I don't know what's the term.
Kicked out. That's good. That's the thing. That is definitely.
But yeah, we're gonna talk about, or we're gonna start our journey when we made that decision, or that decision was made for us to leave the house, because not everybody was fortunate enough to decide to leave. Some were a méthodeo.
Yeah.
Especially those that pèsent des oreilles, that put the braids, all of that. So yeah.
No, for real. And I think we also are here to share stories, even if you still live in the house.
Yeah.
Because there's that transition of I'm a child to adult. I'm still living with my parents.
Yeah. Which still makes you an adult. But however, so basically to sum it all
That's
up,
a
season 2
conversation.
is going to be about adulting.
That's a
There we
conversation.
go. Boom.
I have some friends who can debate that. Are you an adult?
If you
you're-
don't leave,
If you don't leave, or like what?
Well, let's talk about leaving first. What decision did you make, Gigi? How after high school and transitioning, can you tell the people whether you applied for college and did all that? Just talk about that process after high school and those decisions you had to make.
yeah. So I knew that the next step after high school was college. I was definitely on that track. I hadn't put a lot of thought as to where I was going to go to college until I was a senior. And so, like, you know, thinking about college, I had like big dreams of going out of state. That got shut down really quick.
Out of state, go well.
Like my dream school was Northwestern.
Oh wow.
Okay. Where's that located for the people that
Chicago.
don't know? Okay.
That got shut down really fast with the swiftness. Like, whoop. And so I was like, okay, I'll apply to the universities in the state of Florida. I toured FAU. I'm from Palm Beach. Had no desire to go there. Sorry. I just was really, the idea of like going to FAU or Palm Beach State and just having like high school 2.0 did not make sense to me. But because I did not want this, I was going against everything that was expected of me. Because like in my circle, in my sphere, no one left to go to college. You either went to Palm Beach State or you went to FAU. And I landed on UCF.
Did we get a round of applause?
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know? But it was a big decision to leave because there was a lot of like, she can't leave. It's just not right. She's too young. She's a girl. You know, my mom watched a lot of Lifetime. And so all those movies about what happens to people who go off to college, all the stories that
But
came out.
think about it. Oh, wait. Before if it's somebody's first time listener, you said you was from.
I born in Connecticut, grew up in West Palm.
All right, just want to clear that up for some people.
Grew up in West Palm. And so in my sphere, no one left West Palm. You just stayed in Palm Beach. You went to Palm Beach State. You went to FAU. You became a nurse, an RN.
That's the one.
So you were breaking the West Palm curse. Oh, was it a curse or a blessing?
I don't know. I thought it was kind of curse-like because it just didn't seem like you could.
For anybody who's from Palm Beach, shout out to you if you did that route. But
yes, but it just seemed like
It's traditional. It's what they always
it's very
want. Traditional is not
traditional.
universal.
Yeah, you just end up nothing really changes about your life.
so you changed the algorithm.
Yes.
Ooh, yes, nothing changes.
Nothing changes really. And then but it was a big deal because like I wasn't someone who was allowed to hang out with friends really. If you called my house, guess what? My mom was probably on the line with you in this 3-way. We were having a 3-way. Like I just, this concept of me leaving was a huge deal. It was, yeah.
Did your parents drive you or?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Your mom was in the car?
My mom, my auntie, my cousins, all my brothers.
They let you.
Well, how did y'all
Let you
come
fly.
here in like a bus? Like,
Oh!
no, she's talking about these people who came with her.
Whoa.
We took 2 cars.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, we took 2 cars. No, it was oh my goodness. So like you know when you keep explaining something to your parent and they be like just brushing you off,
Right.
and then the day comes and then they're like, why didn't you say anything? That's exactly what happened when it came to moving into a dorm.
Okay, so run us through that.
So like I get into UCF. I decide to go there. Let me tell you, we went and toured there, and yeah, it was like it just was not clicking in everyone's brain that I was supposed to leave to go there and sleep there. Like I wasn't coming back. That was not.
They thought you were gonna go to UCF and then come back home every night.
I don't know. I don't know if it was
Either way, they did not understand they didn't understand the assignment going on. They didn't understand. Okay.
And so when everything came together, like I had my dorm, I found out who my roommates were. It was a day to move. Legitimately, like, all the stuff you need to buy for your dorm. My mom was taking stuff out of the house
to give to you, to have. Got it.
I'm like, let's go to Walmart and buy, like, she's like, no, we have sheets here.
Oh, wow.
We get pouchette. All the stuff. Like, she just went and got everything. And then we showed up to the dorm. And then she was like, we have to go buy stuff.
And now, God, that Walmart trip, I know that was
Walmart trip was nuts. That Walmart is the Walmart by UCF is demonic.
Colonial, it'll kill you.
It is horrible. It's the worst Walmart in the existence of the universe.
Another Kirkman is, but it's okay. We'll talk about.
You might be right.
Okay.
You might be right.
For my Orlando people, the Kirkman Walmart is worse.
Okay, we can get into that later, but
we're not gonna fight over which Walmart's worse.
They both up there.
Yeah.
Right.
They both up there. But yeah, like we ended up going shopping and setting up my room, and then they left, and boy, I was like stunned that I was by myself.
Describe that.
Describe that to
like
us.
I ended up not leaving my dorm for the entire weekend. Like I just sat in my room and I really had to come to terms with like this is the first time I'm by myself. And then I had class on Monday.
Did you?
How did that feel?
I didn't know. I was like, what did I just get myself into? And so I spent freshman year like going to class and coming back to my dorm. I spoke to my mom every day. I spoke to my brothers every day. It was really hard for me to adjust to the fact that I was alone for the first time ever.
So my question
that's
is, when you left, you didn't know anyone. Like it was just like I'm here. I don't know anyone. I'm not familiar with anyone. Once I came to college,
part of the reason I picked UCF, well, I got into. I'm not gonna brag, but I got into a lot of
brag.
No, girl,
Let's talk about that. This is Haitian excellence.
Lights.
Yo, this is Haitian Millennial excellence right here. This is the best platform to brag.
I got accepted to every school I applied to.
Period. Ooh.
Is that all you gonna say?
Yeah, so I'll leave it at that. Okay. So, but there was a lot of my peers were going to UF or FSU.
Okay.
And I think Gainesville is not an appealing place. Tallahassee had some. So the reason I didn't end up going to FSU is because there was a girl from my church who ended up getting flagged after she did her fast when she got deported.
What?
Back to Haiti, yeah.
What?
Wow.
And so FSU was banned. No one in my church goes to FSU.
Oh, because of that. Oh
wow.
Yeah.
Look at what something so small, not so small, big, because she got deported, but something like that could have the church literally rally against
no
school.
one goes. Well, a couple people end up going to FAM, but still not FSU.
Right.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Yeah.
That goes to our Haitian mindset as well too, like that community mindset, especially in the church aspect.
Yeah. Once one thing gets messed up for someone,
no one else, nobody.
No one else is doing it. So
that speaks into something else too, but we're not gonna go there.
Yeah.
But,
I ended up, and then I remember touring USF with my mom, and the day we toured USF, there was like a gay rally.
Oh God!
Oh, you're not going there. I'm so sorry.
Like I'm talking,
and
about,
this is not shade to the community.
That's where I think she should have said, "You go there."
Nah.
It was
There's no shade to the community, but
it was Rainbow City at USF.
Oh man, no. Mom was like, "Oh no, ma'am."
We toured FIU, got in a car accident. Oh man.
Oh, but your mama, you what? On these tours?
Yeah. You gotta go see them.
Listen, you gave your mom so many reasons. Where?
Yeah, she has. It was her decision. She had to figure out what college she wanted to go.
I had to
Right.
figure it out. If I had canceled FAU, then I had to figure out what was the other school.
Yeah, of course.
And so UCF, I literally picked it because I thought the campus was pretty and nothing bad happened. And so,
Okay.
You know that they used
That's
to
how
have
you
like
decide
KKK rallies, but I guess that's something else later.
So another
they
conversation.
totally used to have that, but good night.
good night.
Good night. Well, we can go in depth about your college experience, but this is only the first episode of season 2.
Yeah.
We don't want to give you guys
Too much.
too much.
This
But
is
we gonna give it to you.
It's a story, man.
Yeah, it's
gonna
part of
give it to
it's
you.
a journey. It's a journey.
Yeah.
We're not gonna do like season 1. We never really retouch on some of the things we spoke about, but season
That
2.
was the theme.
We're
gonna do better.
We're gonna hit those things again. I feel like.
Yeah, we're gonna
While
we're
we're
gonna
combing
do this.
through.
We're gonna do this. But before we go to Leona, let's do a sandwich. Right? This is a sandwich.
Okay.
College, a little bit of it. so let's do the sandwich. I'll talk about my my journey. So you ended up moving out when you went to college, right?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And we're going to talk about why I never came back.
Ditto.
okay, so me, total different story. And that's why this is gonna be a sandwich. And I feel like I'm gonna be judged, but it's okay. I'm living out my truth. I'm better. Yeah, I'm past all that stuff
What are you
after
about
high
to
school.
tell us?
But I was my high school days. I was trying to be a clown in class. Yeah, just being honest. I think it stems from like being made fun of in middle school. In high school, I had a little bit of bread. Now I had got my first job at Universal.
Ooh.
So, and I kind of started getting into the American culture. I knew
Okay.
like how you got to dress to not be made fun of.
Right.
I just learned a lot. So my freshman year of high school, I had me and my mom. Actually, I didn't get a job yet in freshman year. But anyway, past the high school stage, I literally was trying to fit in a lot more because of being made fun of. So the part of fitting in high school for me was being funny, right? Although I don't think I was that funny, but I was acting out a little bit. So I barely, graduated, right? I graduated, thank God. Got a high school diploma.
Yes.
But I didn't have that much of an option. I went to a prep school, which that school, I went there to get the bright future. Like it was literally like set up for me to get it. Like you couldn't mess this up.
Mm-hmm.
The school had like almost like 100%. Like everybody who went to Hunger for Prep ended leaving with a scholarship from Bright Futures, and of course,
And did you?
I didn't get it. I was
gonna let him get there.
I was like one of those.
This is his truth.
I'm letting you
Yeah.
guys know the truth. There's a group of us who didn't get that scholarship. And we, after high school, we sat with no options in a way to kind of like go to UCF. Like we are, like, how you had all these options to apply for these colleges. I wasn't aware of the college map of how, like, how you do the process, the application, the test you have to pass. I was worried about passing the FCAT.
Right.
The SAT wasn't that big of a deal to me. And a lot of these tests that you had to make sure you prove to them in high school that you're eligible to go in these colleges and be a fit for them. I wasn't aware of those things. I was too busy playing basketball, soccer, all those other things that has nothing to do with my academic, aspect. So I was pretty much stuck in that route that you were mentioning in Palm Beach. But in Orlando, that route is Valencia, Valencia.
Perspective.
And UCF. So I was in that route. Like, either I go to Valencia or don't go to college. In my thing, that was it. Or go to like Mid Florida Tech and learn a trade. I wasn't gonna do that.
Not like a
Full Sail is a trade school as well. Like you only go there for music.
Oh,
and
okay.
At the time, I didn't know my creative. Let me give you guys a. You didn't talk about it, but I don't know if I should because we're not there yet.
Yeah.
But the actual degree that I was gonna go for, or what I thought I wanted to major in, was computer engineering. Because I had my first business at like. At like 17, I learned how to build computers and fix my family's computers. So I started my own MD computer repair. So I was fixing computers on the side. And I thought my lane was computer engineering because that's just what I was good at.
Yeah.
Computers, in my mind, that's the degree to go for. I didn't have any role models around me to say, well, you may be good at computers, but this is truly your gift. This is truly X, Y, and Z. Unfortunately, I didn't have those. So I kind of like created my own, my own thought process and told my parents. And this is where it goes back to the parents and the Haitian aspect. They didn't care what I was going for. As long as I was going to Valencia or something that said
They didn't want you to be a nurse?
No, actually, that conversation
it's a little
in my
different
household,
in the male community.
Yeah, the nurse, the doctor thing wasn't a thing for my in my household. I don't know why it wasn't. I could go back and try to figure out why. But my parents, when they were in Haiti, my mom was a secretary and my dad was he was working for, I guess, one of those companies that gave back care. It was a nonprofit company. And he was a professor originally before he got that job. So he was into teaching. He was never really into like that, you know, I guess medical aspect.
Field,
and we weren't really, I had uncles who were engineers. I don't think we ever, in our family, it was not
that makes sense.
That world. So we was also thinking about, like when I say computer engineering, you hear the term engineering? That's all they,
They're like, oh,
yeah. So they were like,
oh.
So they of course asked me like what my process is going to be. And I said, I'm going to go to Valencia and stuff like that. And I thought I was giving them a clear indication that I was planning on going to college, but they didn't. It was actually trying to get me into a Christian college, which was Trevecca. I don't know if you ever heard of it, out there in Tennessee.
Okay.
They were trying to get me to go there on a scholarship, but I wasn't really trying to go elsewhere besides Florida. And again, my friends were there and the people that, like my cousins and stuff. So I was really in that mindset, like stay around the people rather than, you know, explore and do all of that. Which I'm not gonna lie and like say I don't regret that, but I do regret not really taking that step. And and the person I was dating at the time too, they got the scholarship, went to the same school, they got the scholarship, but they also went to Valencia. So to me, it was like, I think I probably made a decision based on my relationship as well. Like, okay, we're together, so might as well like go to college together. Like it was the high school sweetheart story. So that was and I stayed home for a little bit, and we can get into that in maybe another episode. But yeah, that was my reality. And again, we'll talk about how I ended up being a digital marketer and now a full-time entrepreneur. But at the same time, it was a process, and we're not gonna stay too long on that. But
let's finish the sandwich.
But yeah, let's go to.
So y'all are funny. I know that Mark may have described us as a sandwich, but I prefer to say we're a spectrum because I contrast differently from Gigi's experience, although the result is college. Getting there is totally different. So I had no aspirations to go to college at all, like not one. Similar to Mark, I was in a relationship at that time, comfortable, not really seeing much else for myself, to be quite honest with you. And also, like Mark, not knowing the resources, not knowing about how to take the steps, not being or having a mentor or anything like that to really kind of guide in that direction. So I was working at Winn-Dixie thinking I'm making money. My goodness.
Your Winn-Dixie is my universal.
Oh my god, exactly.
I wasn't allowed to work.
Oh, see, this is good. This is good. Hey, y'all gonna have to listen to like episode 17.
Hey, right. So yeah, I was just like you were at Universal. I was working at Winn-Dixie thinking, you know, this is I'm making money. Like I'm good. I'm happy in my relationship, whatever. Whoop whoop. High school, again, just kind of going through the motions. And then you high school, you either do one of two things. You either begin to pay attention or you don't. So in high school, I began to pay attention to the conversations that were going on around me. And when you're in your senior year, that's really when your ears start to perk up because people are talking about, yeah, I'm working on resume and this and that. And I didn't know what those things were or why I would need them. And I remember just one of my teachers, Mr. Bro. I remember missing my entire lunch period because of him. And he was like, why aren't you going to college? Like literally the first person to ever step in and be like,
where was that person from? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, like it's a pivotal moment.
It's a pivotal moment. And I remember it like it's yesterday all the time because although I was in the top 10% of my class in high school. I was in the licensed practical nursing program. I'm doing dual enrollment. I'm doing all of these things that would kind of indicate, yeah, why aren't you going to college? Like, I still didn't know why I was doing it. I was just doing it because this is what the education system says, not because this is what Leona wants. Like Gigi said, no, I'm taking control over this part of my life. So, you know, Mr. Bro literally is like, why aren't you going to college? Like, I'm confused. Like, all your friends are doing this, and not even making it about my friends. Just, this is the point in your life that's going to set you up for success or not, or just an understanding of adulthood. And after that conversation, I remember it being, I think the application deadline for both UCF and FAU. Yeah, both UCF and FAU were coming up, I think, in like a week. And I was like, I mean, I guess I can apply, whatever. So I'm like, cool, I'm just going to apply and see what happens. I guess I should listen to what Mr. Bro says and apply. So I applied to both FAU and UCF.
Which would mean that you would have to leave the area you're in, or?
So UCF meaning I would have to leave. And that hadn't occurred to me yet, but I was like, let me apply here because Mr. Bro was like, this is a great university. And at that time, UCF was one of those universities that people knew about, college level, still in Florida, but not too far, but still not too close, but great education nonetheless. And then FAU, very close. I was in Boynton, right up the street. I can stay home, my boyfriend, you know, the young thoughts. So then I was not thoughts, but thoughts in my mind.
Yes. No correlation at all.
I had to like,
no correlation at all.
So yeah, and I remember applying for both, and literally when I sent the applications, and I had wonderful friends too who like helped me with the resume, personal statement, things like that. I remember paying for the applications and not understanding that whole concept. Why am I paying for this to come here? Like, I didn't get it, whatever. Week, apply. And literally after I submitted both of them, all I said to myself was, I'm going wherever responds first. That was it.
Wow.
I didn't have like, I knew that I had come originally from unhealthy family dynamics. I didn't necessarily know how I would escape in high school. So I don't know. Even now talking about it, I don't know. I don't know. I never really thought like, okay, I'm going to get away. I'm going to this. It was just like, okay, I can't wait till I can do this or like I can afford this. But it wasn't like a separating like distance type of thought. So yeah. And that was literally my thought. I did this applications. And then like I did the applications a week later and I'm literally just like, whatever, whoever accepts me, I'm going to go there. UCF responds back first. And I applied for the fall term, got accepted for the summer. So I left 2 weeks after graduating high school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Literally no time to prep, no tour.
What a timeline.
Yeah.
Right?
What a timeline. No, because so professionally I do college access. That's what I do as my 9 to 5. And so,
I could have used one of her.
Those things were not in.
I could have used one of her back in the day.
And that's a thing too, because like Gigi, like that at our younger stages was not available at all. It was not something commonplace at all.
No, I think like one of the things that I'm gonna go back to why your story is like super powerful, because so like for me, I was blessed because my mom made a very intentional decision about where we lived in Palm Beach. And so she like in coming to America and then experiencing what she experienced, she realized there was a difference in where you end up in the neighborhood. And for a lot of Haitians that come here, they go to what's affordable, but what's affordable doesn't always mean
right.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. So she made a very intentional decision that like
I was in the affordable area.
Okay.
I was in,
You like, well. You like, well. Mark Mouye.
Like I'm not missing them. Like I'm not missing them.
We need to get a raincoat. We're starting a GoFundMe. A GoFundMe for Mark Mouye.
Like I'm not missing them. It's on me.
Oh my goodness.
Pine Hills was definitely the affordable area. But I think I talked about that. We came from a predominantly white neighborhood.
Yeah.
But my mom she was having like one of those, she couldn't see her friends or people that was in the same, surrounding with her. And my dad made the ultimate decision. Let's go where my mom feel like her friends are.
Right.
Pine Hills.
Oh, goodness.
We could have just stayed over there. But no. He was like, let's go over there.
Let's go over there.
Let's go to Pine Hills.
Nah.
But
it was a brand new house, right? In the the community. They was selling houses at a decent price, but it was brand new. They was trying to, I think it was gentrification at the time.
Absolutely.
But it was still us that was able to afford it. But anyway,
it didn't work out the way
Pine
it was
Hills.
supposed to.
I love Pine Hills, but anyway.
No, but so because I was in those areas, I ended up just being around people where there was only one option was college.
Right.
And so it was secondhand that I was getting this message of after high school, you go to college and that you should be like striving for a specific type of college. Right. But that wasn't something like, of course you're hearing get an education, make something of yourself. But the whole like that path, that was secondhand. Literally, if I didn't just have my regular senior year guidance counselor meeting,
you still would have been fine.
That step would have happened later.
Oh, okay.
It was literally because everyone else in my high school was meeting with their guidance counselor.
Oh, okay, I see.
And the guidance counselor's like, you can apply to all these schools. I was like, okay, I'm going to apply to all these schools. But for you, Leon, why your story is so powerful is because if you applied right before the deadline for FAU and UCF, that means you applied like in the spring.
Yeah, like I started applying early on.
Like she tells you you're late. You're late.
I'm very late.
Late for a regular person, but she's in the system, so she's like, you were bad late. How did you even get in?
Exactly how to get. And that's the thing. Like
then you started in the summer.
And I started in the summer.
It exactly. Was literally
I started in the summer.
It was boom, boom, boom.
And like, how Mark, you mentioned that it was literally that expedient. Like how you mentioned you didn't get bright futures. That type of stuff. When I remember orientation. And orientation was very difficult for me because orientation for university is structured for nuclear families.
Ooh.
So, I did not have my mother there during the parental parts of the orientation. I did the entire orientation, every part, even where they had sections for parents alone. So it's like, I'm in these huge auditoriums getting all this information and I'm by myself and I'm 17 years old.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, I'm trying to also be an adult, but still understand that I'm learning, and it's uncomfortable because I'm here now, it's like I'm here now and now I have to make it count. And it's hard and it's a lot of responsibility. Like, yes, my mom did the mechanical parts of driving me here, and it was only me and my mom and my brother's baby mother at the time who came up with me to drop me off, to do move-in, things like that. Of course, I had other friends who were here, which is great, which I'm very grateful for. But those parts are the harder parts for me to talk about because it's like, okay, it's women lifting mini fridges and this and that. And like, my mom also doesn't speak English that well. I speak to her in Creole, but then I'm trying to figure out how to fill out a FAFSA and getting this information from her.
That's the key.
It's like, and again,
that's the key.
Yeah. So that's just a little bit of insight. So
can we dive a little bit into that, if you guys don't mind? A little bit, not too much, not too much. A little bit. About the language barrier in that process of us getting to that next step. Yeah. All right, let's take a quick break before we get into that, though.
Ou pas j'aime bien faut y changer. Ça quoi le masse me sujette, j'aime yeah. Ou qu'on entre, ou qu'on sorti, ou qu'on sourit, ou qu'on crie. Ça quoi le masse me sujette. Moi pas comprendre. Pour qui y'a pas besoin ensemble, sous que ça y'a une mission. Pour y'a pas les mal faut fâcher. Quitter ça, moi pas comprendre. Pour qui la vie nous tête en bas, pour moun sa yo pas même ça.
No, we're gonna wrap up.
Mon appel, tout c'est grève.
This would be a 5-hour podcast.
Si un jour t'as fait faire ma grippe, c'est même même qui vous t'a descendu à la quête. Bon bonjour,
I can't.
bon bonsoir, bon tout ça.
Maggie's going in right now. I gotta keep it going for a little bit.
Fan, moi love le prend, moi t'es la même des beaux sentiments, moi gon l'autre femme. Moun yo pense, ou pas qu'on aime, ou pas qu'à nous passer, ou pas qu'on peut loin. Chérie, bagay jou m'pas blow.
Chérie, Quincy Bouche Bum. Hey!
Yo pense, yo pas qu'on aime, yo besoin nous quitter, yo pas les mêmes. Chérie, bagay jou m'pas blow. Chérie, Quincy Bouche Bum, c'est vous qui bouge.
Mkono bon moun apre m fin di ba high school mwen ap jijem. Mkono ap jijem
Oh my
mwen.
God.
Ba jijem. Ma e wolem. Aske mba la anko. Hey! Avant aller. Ooh, new back. All right, now, we were just talking about how in the application process, there is this thing called FAFSA.
Yeah.
Ils m'ont donné bonne information. Actually, we have an expert sitting to my right. A Haitian Millennial expert
Who can give us
on
the ins and
FAFSA.
outs.
So before we talk about the language barrier and the information deficit that may come from us having a Haitian background and being the first generation students that your parents have to
Yeah.
deal with this for.
Yeah.
Like for me, I'm the first of the first.
Yeah, me too.
So my parents have to deal with that college process or whatever it takes for the first time with me.
Mm-hmm.
So Gigi, just not too much, but tell the people who may not know a little bit about the FAFSA. What is it, and why maybe there is a disconnection that could happen while we're applying for it to get to college?
Okay, so the FAFSA stands for Free Application for Federal Student Aid. It is essentially applying for government assistance so that you can receive grants and loans to afford a college education here in the U.S. As the classic textbook term. This application is crazy because in order to complete it, you need your tax returns and W-2s and information about your finances and your parents' finances.
Mm-hmm.
And why this is like a crazy concept in the Haitian household is because when on earth should a child know what's on their parents' taxes?
Yeah, and because that information is never disclosed about money in a Haitian household to a parent and child, money
Separate.
no.
Yeah. And to piggyback off that, in let's say not Haitian or Caribbean households, that FAFSA application would solely be completed by parents. Children wouldn't have anything to do with it. So the fact that and I'm sure we've all been in those situations where Lisa bum Saudi you already know. So that's what happens during the FAFSA application. Now we're knocking on our parents' doors, like,
and
hey, asking those questions that
It's
are
no longer
taboo.
for them to sign a filter application because that's easy.
No, that's easy.
Okay,
Right.
we're seeing la. Okay, seeing la. It's
This
no
is
longer
taboo now because I'm asking like numbers, like government documentation, like your social and things that Haitians find as prized possessions, because when they become citizens, when they are here at the US, they know what they fought for to get here and they preserve that, you know? So it's like now just giving out this information to the government or whoever, they not only do they not understand why they're giving it to you, they don't understand why they're giving it to the
Them,
government. Like
yeah.
they don't understand that.
Especially the same household question.
Yeah. Well,
That's the biggest question in the FAFSA
just-
that will break a marriage.
oh gosh.
How you feeling? Same household? Or you feeling separate? Feeling
Exactly.
single? Which
That's,
one?
it's just
No, it-
And I'm not trying to. I can't say this because m'ka di lan kreol. Okay, so ça veut dire lem da fe FAFSA nan. Maman papa me ta feel séparé. Parce que vous devez simplement comme nan kay la. Et puis le FAFSA vini, nous pas ka nan même kay et vous pouvoir feel séparé.
Or there, for some of us, it's the first time we realize our parents' actual marital status.
correct.
Yep.
Like not just from a financial standpoint, but from like
What's
what's real.
Legal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Legal standpoint.
Yeah. Yeah. And the FAFSA application, wow, I learned a lot. So the FAFSA application also helped me realize that my parents were below poverty line.
Yeah.
So
that's when it hit me too.
Yeah. So, and that was
Zero EFC.
that was a very
and I realized why I was getting free lunch.
yeah, exactly. So it was not mind numbing because it's like when you get called for FAFSA verification, it's the government not understanding how you're able to survive with the income you're quoting. So then they want paycheck stubs. They want extra documentation of that because they're trying to figure out how your parents together make 30,000 but can also have 5 children. It doesn't make sense. So when I begin to learn these things and see these things and then also like realize, wow, they did all this with this.
Yeah, that's also the mind boggling.
It's like,
to this day, I'm trying to figure that out.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
And something to note, because like immigrants in America is not a foreign concept. It's how we came to be.
Yeah.
But the Haitian as an immigrant group is still treated as this like new group that is just too weird to understand.
We don't know what to do with that. Like how.
And so the FAFSA is translated in Spanish, not in Creole.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or French.
Biden,
I guess.
I have no words for Biden.
He gonna tell us Biden.
I have no words for that man.
So it's not translated into Creole or French. Only recently, like if you call FAFSA, you'll get someone who
interpreter. I think.
Yeah, an interpreter who can speak Creole. That's only recently.
Yeah.
So back when I was in school, that did not exist.
At all.
And like colleges think that they understand immigrant groups, but they don't know how to place us because we're Black and immigrant.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And so we either get pushed into the Black category and they're like, well, you guys should know what to do because
you're Black.
You're Black. Or if they put us into the immigrant category, we're with, Hispanics and Asians, but they have a different experience with education here in the US.
Yeah.
And so we just get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. And like I mentioned, like that part of orientation is what, and I mean, and I know the word triggering in society is kind of loosely, used, but it can be triggering because you're in a big world now. It's like first generation, like Mark said, this is the first time you're being exposed to this, but then the first time you're getting a chance to do it and hopefully doing it right. Yeah. Because if you don't do it right, that then creates a backward spiral of you. And I have friends who they came to college, high hopes, FAFSA got messed up, no loans available, no scholarships, couldn't continue school, had to go back home in a complete setback. So there's a lot of things riding, almost betting on these type of important transitioning pieces that you don't get any assistance. But thank goodness for things like elevation. Honest to God, like
we dropping
we're dropping names.
Sorry,
if you're listening, Ella.
But
Ella, that's the nickname, Ella.
I say that because
round of applause for you guys.
No, big round of applause because, like Gigi mentioned, it's rare for someone to apply that late, get accepted, and then make the transition to go into school. And then me, I don't know how much of the percentage I am to say that I was able to finish undergrad and grad school. So I was able to find success through the hurdles and things that are required to get there. But it is a pressing march while you're going through it. And for the simple fact that I had no plan coming into it initially at all.
Yeah. Whew. Listen, we can go, right?
We can go.
But listen, this is the first episode of season 2. But y'all get a little bit of what do you call it? No
fancy cute.
And of course, for those of you that come for the jokes, we appreciate y'all. But this is real.
Yeah.
Like this conversation is real, and this is one of the things about being a Haitian millennial that we are gonna make sure we talk about. And I know most of you guys may be able to relate, but if you are in America and you are a millennial, you went through some part of this.
Canada.
Yeah, Canada. You went through some part of it. Canada a little bit different. They just go straight there. College there, that's the route. I'm going right there.
Right.
That is true.
I'm going
right.
That is
Right now.
true. That
Right
is-
now.
that is true.
But what we like to do, we like to end the podcast here. This episode 16. We don't have to end here, but we will.
Right.
Only because two things. One, this is season. We got more to talk about. We're not going to give it to you all in one
Can't
sitting.
give it. Hold on, Holiday. Can't give it to wet like that.
And two, we want to hear from you.
Yeah.
As a Haitian Millennial, now that you know how to find us on IG, like don't play now. We're in 16th episode. If you don't know how to find us on IG,
We're
why are you
human.
listening? Why are you listening? All right. So go there. We're gonna have a post when this episode comes out.
Yeah.
That basically sparks some conversations regarding your experience after high school to kind of let us know, because that's gonna help us, of course, have conversations for the next episodes.
Big
and more.
spectrum. It's a
So
big
we know
spectrum.
how to relate to you guys,
Yeah.
and if you don't relate, let us know as well. Like, don't be shy. Like, no, right by side. We're the new generation. We're gonna talk about what we need to talk about, and as crazy as it gets, whether we have jokes, whether we get real serious, this is what we do.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that experience from a millennial standpoint, and that's the only way we can come from it. And as the parents who are listening, we appreciate you, but don't take anything as a slight to you.
Yeah,
right?
we're not taking digs now.
We are simply talking about our experience, and as a parent, however it made you feel, hopefully we can have a conversation later on about that. As a
Love you, Mom.
as a fellow millennial, whether brother, sister, friends, of course, use this conversation as a way to even bond more. Like, you know,
Yeah.
just don't hit me on the streets about me, going to Valencia. Right? Don't hit me about that. We're going to talk about that some more. But it is the week of Thanksgiving. So right before we head out, we want to, of course, wish everybody
Yes.
a happy early Thanksgiving,
Yes.
because I know this Thursday you're going to eat some turkey.
Maybe not.
Yeah, for those of you that are in college, we're going to do turkey.
No, you gotta go home.
The price of turkey has gone up.
Oh, Matsi.
Oh my God, no, yes.
Matsi. Bon, balaste turkey.
No, but even chicken wings, it's hard to find. They're like almost $25 a pack now. No,
There was a
one-on-one.
shortage though.
Okay,
What?
There was a shortage of chicken wings.
the CDL. Okay, well, I'm not even gonna bring up news right now, because y'all know what's going on, and y'all know they not moving them trucks and them boats. They're not moving. Get your Christmas shopping done early. I'm just saying.
Warnings from Leona.
I'm just saying.
Get your Christmas.
Get your stuff out now.
All right. Well, I feel like we should go on a instrumental. Maybe I should find an instrumental for us to go. But in the meantime, talk about more about the turkey price going up, please. Was I find an instrumental?
I mean, prices of everything is going up, but turkey in particular has gone up significantly. And I've heard people say they're not going to eat turkey this year.
What are they gonna eat?
Grill.
they're going good.
Pork is about to become a delicacy now.
No,
because
for real.
No, we can't do that.
I
guys.
know a lot of people who don't like
I actually
turkey.
I don't eat grill that much anymore.
I mean,
I went to Tasso now. I went to Kabit.
okay.
I'm sorry, grill.
Oh,
I'm sorry, grill.
so okay, we can do that for Thanksgiving.
But you know why I went to Kabit? Parce qu'on bon nice restaurant ici, baga fait good. Dem sou Tahiti, baga manger grill ici encore. Nous discuss.
There is a very big
Baga
difference
assez
in the
poussière.
taste.
Baga assez poussière. Back
It's
to the
never
live.
been photographed.
Back to the live. Back to the live we had. Nous baga assez poussière de manger nous ici.
Did you see the comments? What's pussy yet?
Yeah, what's
And then somebody said,
Forgive me. Hey, I found a rhythm. We're gonna go a little bit to
He's like,
Carnival. We're gonna go a little bit to Carnival because Carnival just happened. So we're gonna let the people. We're gonna head out on some Carnival rhythm. In the meantime, how y'all gonna really go to the Thanksgiving vibes, man? What y'all gonna do? Oh, y'all gonna stay in the fam? I'm in Atlanta, by the way. I'm not gonna be in Orlando. So I don't know if there's gonna be turkey for me.
They gotta be.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to find it somewhere, but I don't know where it's gonna come
I'm
from.
sure there's somebody frying a turkey.
Somebody somewhere. Yes.
If you're in Atlanta, my blood boy, I'm about to
Haitian
get
Millennial
turkey.
podcast.
Check me
You know
out.
me?
Check me out. What are you gonna be doing for
I will
Thanksgiving?
definitely be home enjoying mom's cooking.
Aw. Again, we love you, moms. We love them.
So you going to Palm
We
Beach?
love dads
Yes.
too.
I'm gonna cook too.
What you gonna cook? What you gonna cook? What you gonna cook?
Because
What about you? What
because-
about you?
Because men need to know that we can cook. Okay.
This is the question before we leave. Before we leave, this is the question. Where are you spending Thanksgiving?
I'm gonna be in Palm Beach for Thanksgiving.
Is your boo thing gonna be in Palm Beach too?
Absolutely, but it's gonna be more of like a visiting every house. You know how you do when you make your rounds. It's gonna be a round.
Is he invited to the house yet?
Oh, come on. Yes,
Woo, he's invited to the house. Okay.
We're just doing rounds. That's how I love to spend my Thanksgivings. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I want to hit up houses, walk out with plates, you feel me? So that's what I do. But I hope everyone has a wonderful and loving Thanksgiving.
Let's say it together. Let's say it together. 1, 2, 3. Happy Thanksgiving!
Indigenous People Day. Woo!
Kisa?
Indigenous people.
Indigenous people. Okay. D'accord about indigenous people. Let's get some gunshot. You are listening to What's Good is Mark the Dreamer.
Hey, this is Gigi.
And it's your girl Leona, and you are listening to the Haitian Millennial Podcast.
And we are out. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. Episode 17. No, 16. Oh, I'm pushing.
We are 16. We are legal to do lots of things now.
Let's go.
I turn up the fed till it turn over. I turn up the fed till it turn over. Boy, I just wanna get this feeling only. Just wanna drink and party only. Yeah. Give a little money to the promoter. Boy, give a little money to the club owner. Hey, I just wanna get this feeling only. I just wanna drink and party.